Alright, and we're go.
Live.
Yes.
Got the Irish coffee today.
Irish coffee episode, yeah. Just put the warning up on the Instagram.
It's delicious though, God.
Yeah.
Sweet, smooth. Like usually I just throw some bourbon and coffee and call it a day, but this is the whole process.
Yeah, this is I don't know. I found this recipe actually one time when we mentioned Irish coffee in an episode. You know how I do the pictures on the YouTubes, which you got to fully experience. But I wanted to put a picture of Irish coffee, so I just found a nice looking picture of Irish coffee. And happened to go with a nice looking recipe. That's what this is. It's caramelized sugar. It's Jameson, which I flambéed after I warmed it up, which means I let that shit on fire. And then Bailey's. And keep that all warm. Get the sugar all blended in.
You got to yeah.
And then I have Front Porch blend in the coffee press.
The OC, the original coffee.
Oh, yes, man.
With the classic spirits of Jameson and Bailey's. And it's really freaking good.
Because I'm a big fan of Bailey's in coffee, just personally.
Yeah. I
get the little minis, and every once in a while I'll just pop one in my daily coffee. And I was like, well, let's go grab some Jameson. Talk to the cool guy at the front of the Kroger who sells the liquor.
Hook you up.
Yeah, and because I'm not a whiskey drinker.
Yeah.
At all. Like if I'm going liquor, I'm a vodka guy. But I'll put it in coffee.
Oh yeah.
And I have an Irish aunt, so I gotta weigh in.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually it's just if I've ever like had it, it'll just be like a splash of bourbon and black coffee. This is like a craft, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, in typical me fashion, I have to go overboard and make.
Well, you do the process, yeah, which I appreciate, which makes me appreciate the process of. Oh my God!
I'm knocking my plants down.
I think I just knocked it into place.
Yeah, you did.
Sweet.
Good job. You fixed the
Yep. Boom. But yeah, like I think taking that extra step puts that little piece of love in there.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Makes it an actual experience.
Get you loosened up with love, nice and relaxed for class.
So I have a DVD sitting here, The Art of Self-Defense with Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay, yeah, you got to borrow that. Okay, so I saw a preview for this a while ago, and I thought that is an interesting art piece on like a really fucked up thing. And I watched it, and it is the most possibly the most disturbing film I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Because it's content.
Yeah.
Of I don't know. It's the cult side of being in martial arts.
Oh yes.
And at first I was watching it, I'm like, why is it always karate? It's always karate. Goddamn it! About halfway through, I'm like, thank God it's karate.
Right.
Not anything I do.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna apologize ahead of time on how that's gonna make you feel.
But we'll see.
Well, because I know we've had similar experiences on the weird end of things.
Right. We have very similar stories.
You're gonna see a lot of that story.
See, like now I'm at the point where it like makes me laugh.
Oh yeah, it'll make you laugh.
Super like it's funny.
It's good, but it's shocking as fuck.
Well, whenever I see other examples of stuff like that, I'm always relieved. I'm always like, oh shit, this is as unfortunate as it is to be a theme. It is.
It is a theme, and the thing
cultural, societal.
The
theme
dude who wrote it, I can't tell if he ever did martial arts or if this is an art piece for him. That makes it even scarier.
Yeah. So that makes me wonder, or whether it's an art piece or whatever. It's like I'd almost rather have someone else looking in, get that perspective of it, and be like, yo, this is fucked up, and exploit it. You know what I mean? And be like, oh shit. And have people like us be like, oh my God, this is insane.
Yeah. And so I don't know if it was him looking in, but how do you? Because to me, how else do you know that shit unless you either knew, you saw somebody in it or you were in it?
Maybe his dad was an instructor or some shit. He saw it and was like, what the fuck?
Maybe he just watched a lot of kung fu movies and made a cool movie about it too. I don't know. I'm not removed enough from the topic to think of it.
Yeah.
But you gotta watch it.
You
gotta watch it. It's cool.
Talking to people, how they look in on it, they first impressions. Obviously, it's hard to gather, but say like wives or significant others of whomever coming in, just kind of witnessing what's going on and not really partaking in it.
Yeah.
And they're always just kind of like, what in the shit is this? You know what I mean?
That's some cult shit. Yeah, you know,
Yeah. A lot of my friends, significant others I should have listened to them a lot earlier.
They were wrong though, Mike. They didn't know.
No, exactly. And a lot of people will know. Jason, listening, probably you're stupid, but you're we've talked about this before. I think his wife said something. I'm pretty sure his brother's wife said some stuff. They're like, hey, like this is weird, and we're like, no, you don't understand. Like you're not part of this. Cool. And we're like, no, we totally should have listened to you. Day one. I was just thinking about this yesterday, like, I got kicked out, like, kind of early on, like, maybe 3 years in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I got kicked out. I should have never gone back, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, what if I had never gone back at that point? What would it have done then? I would think it'd been really interesting, like, but I fucking went back,
it's a fun game to play.
We know the story.
The what if.
But it's interesting, yeah. It's really cool. I was listening to the last one we did, and I said interesting too much. I did not say interesting.
That's why, did you watch it?
It's intriguing, yes.
It's intriguing. Oh, yeah. Did you like my Godzillas?
Yeah. I was like, like, took me a second. What the fuck is it?
Oh, it's funny. It's a non-denominational bless you.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Say Godzilla. And I mean, I don't know.
I always think of Godzilla 2000, the opening scene where he has the lighter in front of him. He's like, Godzilla. Yeah, that is always going through my head.
Okay, it hadn't gone through my head yet. Now I gotta watch that again.
But yeah, I love. God, I haven't seen the newest one. I need to see the new one.
I need to see it. I want to see Godzilla fight.
I love those. Yeah, like I love the original one.
The original,
or like the new.
This new one, this new sort of incarnation that's about the monster.
Yeah, it's
like
tight.
He's the focus,
and it's also like it reminds. Do you ever watch the Hanna-Barbera show? Godzilla and Gonzukie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like it kind of has that vibe in terms of like we need to be saved by Godzilla. You know what I mean? Like Godzilla needs to help us. Like
Now I remember when the first remake came out. I remember my best friend Big Mike. All I know is Mike's, but he's a super duper Godzilla fan, and so is his wife. Which is actually really cool. So we have these really deep conversations about the weirdest shit.
Yeah.
But we're deep in Godzilla at the time, and she was like, "You know what's wrong with Godzilla movies, especially new ones? Is it's about people.
Yeah.
These are dumb. They need to follow the monster.
Yeah.
Make it about the monster." And then that came out, and literally at one point in the film, the camera's following the monster.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they listened to her.
So the part like in the first one that I thought was tight, like when they're doing like you've seen the first one, all right? So like when they're doing like the angel drops or whatever, the angel jumps into the city and the fucking monsters are fighting. And dude, that's so sweet. Like that was a sweet movie. And then if you haven't seen the end of the first one, he like sprays his, he does his fucking his charge thing down the thing's face, dude. It's so cool. Like,
and like the fact that got in there like was just spectacular. It looked great, and
and I was like, that was like it was a satisfactory monster kill.
It was.
You know what I mean?
Very much so.
That's what I wanted as a pinnacle monster kill.
Yeah.
You know what I like a lot too is like Pacific Rim. I think that was underrated. Dude, it's good.
I've heard it's amazing.
I really liked it. I haven't seen the second one, but the first one was really good. But also, just like on the Godzilla thread, like Godzilla 2000 or whatever, the one that came out with Matthew Broderick, that bred the animated series of that. Have you ever seen that?
No, I never saw
that. That was insane too. I really liked that.
Okay.
It was it was like kind of during like, you remember the Batman,
What, the Batman?
No, it was, I'm trying to think of the era, like, of Batman that I'm trying to describe.
Or Brave and the Bold era?
No.
We're talking about, what year?
Oh God, had to be probably maybe.
Are we talking pre-Nolan or post-Clooney?
Post-Clooney.
Okay.
Pre-Nolan.
Okay.
Animation.
So it's
Cartoon Network animation.
So like The Batman or Brave and the Bold, that's kind of that era.
What was the one where he was like in the slender black suit with the red bat on his chest?
That must have been the Batman. I never watched those.
Yeah, I gotta look up.
I never watched it. I was just always pissed that show lasted longer than Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah. But like, that bred Godzilla the Animated Series, which was sweet.
Oh, nice.
Because I always liked the original 70s version, the The
That's
Hanna-Barbera one. They had that fucking button that someone got. Like, that was sweet.
Yeah.
And then Godzookie just hung out on the ship all the time. That was a great show.
Yeah.
But then, Pacific Rim. So, like, think of same, like, monster type of situation, but now, like, humans just have giant robots to fight them. Like,
hell yeah.
But you have, like, a neural link to the robot, so, like, it's doing whatever. It's in your fucking brain. And then you have, like, a partner in your link, too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But, like, you also fight big-ass monsters. There's also, like, classes of big-ass monsters. So it's, like,
nice.
Class 2... I think they're called kaiju or something like that. And so like Class 2, that's like a kind of small one. Like Class 5 or whatever.
They gave them the Japanese monster names.
Yeah. It's pretty tight. But yeah, I think that was
There was a
underrated.
movie back in the 80s that was about that. I don't know if... they didn't fight monsters, they fought each other. And they were all in these big-ass suits. And I very distinctly remember seeing this film and thinking it was awesome. But the dudes were actually in the suits.
What was that?
I can't remember the name of it. I remember seeing it as a kid.
Yeah.
I have a lot of movies in my head, and I don't remember the names of them sometimes. But yeah, it was a really cool ass movie, but it was very much like a stop motion, like no computer graphic kind of thing. It looked really damn cool. It was a good movie. But I always felt like Pacific Rim was like, we can do computer shit now.
Yeah.
Let's make that.
Yeah, and that's pretty much exactly what it was. It was like, all right, we're going to do the same thing. Essentially the same storyline, and it's going to look sweet.
Yeah.
But again, like that kind of was like post Michael Bay Transformers, so like the
so that had really come along. Yeah, he really kind of kickstarted that thing. Speaking, have you ever seen BumbleBee?
I haven't yet.
Best Transformers
movie
there
like
is, dude.
When it comes to movies and stuff, like I used to go to the movies all the time, like I was on top of that. But now, like I fucking rock. Now I'm waiting till like shit's come out on like Netflix.
Yeah, I just wait till stuff comes out on video and shit and buy it. But no, BumbleBee, the woman who... It's one of the best written films I've ever seen in my life, honestly. Bumblebee's a big deal to me. Always been my favorite Transformer. Love Bumblebee. So I needed this film to be good.
Yeah.
Just for my own personal, like, 5-year-old.
Yeah.
But the woman who wrote it is amazing. I had caught an article about her. I was looking it up on IMDb. And she's writing the Birds of Prey movie and the new Suicide Squad and the Harley, like, I don't like just Harley Quinn.
I saw an ad for like the Harley Quinn like story or whatever.
Like she's taking, so that shit's gonna be
cool,
good. It's gonna be really good.
And I really like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Yeah, this lady can write, man. But she wrote Bumblebee, and I sent an article about Bumblebee, which is kind of how I stumbled upon this. That the person writing the article was like, "This is the most well-developed female protagonist I've ever seen. Like, she's not after a guy. She's not naked." She's not helpless. Like, and so like I sat down and watched it with my daughter, and she was like, "Dude, that's a good movie. Like, we love it."
Yeah,
and it portrayed Bumblebee properly. Like, he's this really loving character.
And I think that brings back the story a little bit.
It did. That's what it was. It was a story-driven film with giant robots. And you're like, they lost it.
The past few were just insane, like, just
giant robots beating shit out of each other.
Yeah, just sparks and fire and crazy shit.
Yeah, and it kind of started out like that because it's a prequel, so it goes all the way back to Cybertron, and so it gives you like a taste of that, and then it goes into a real story, and it's really well acted, and like the I can't remember her name, but the main character, that actor's great.
Yeah,
and, like, we look for her now, and she's one of those people that she can look quite a bit different from role to role. My daughter can pick her out pretty quick.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, that's the lady from Bumblebee, Papa." I'm like, "Okay.
Nice.
Sweet, we're watching that."
Tight. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I need to see that. I need to see John Wick 3.
Oh, John Wick 3 is so satisfying.
What was I thinking about? I was just talking about. But yeah, there's so many movies out that I need to see. Well, but I'm also just, I'm not going to go to the movie theater.
If you need to borrow some stuff, I got all that on the Blu-rays.
Right.
But yeah, you got to watch this, The Art of Self-Defense first.
That'll be interesting. I love shit like that.
It is nuts.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Like, I was very close to that in so many ways.
Be interesting. It'll be nice to see it through a comedic lens.
It's dark as fuck, though.
No, I love dark.
Oh, yeah.
Dark is great.
It's a very dark comedy, but you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, dark is great.
Oh, and I got your present.
Oh man.
Here you go.
Wow.
Clearance rack bequeaths
Good
you.
God. Well, the clearance rack has bequeathed me a Moka Pot.
I was waiting for it to go 50% off. And now you have stovetop espresso. So.
Oh, man. It's going to be utilized. I love espresso. I'm like about... I don't know. I haven't had decent coffee for a minute. I've been house sitting, right? At my parents'.
Yeah.
And they're Maxwell house folk, which is great.
So that's what floats
fucking
your boat, man.
America, you know, that's the fucking Maxwell belt, fucking, you know what I mean? It's the Maxwell belt.
Yeah.
It's fucking middle America right there, dude. It's good coffee if you want to make it in a percolator.
Yeah.
But I'm past that shit.
It's quick, it's easy.
I have a bit of a snobby palate in this delicious little Moka Pot.
Oh yeah, it's a good one, man.
Oh god.
It's got the cool shape and stuff too.
Ooh.
Like
stove. I got like my stove is fire. I love working with actual gas.
Oh,
right?
gas stoves are the best.
Dude, I hate fucking electric stoves. Like terrible. Because I have a cast iron. I like working with cast iron.
Oh,
and
nice.
I got my parents, for instance, like they have like one of those kind of glass toppy stoves, you know?
Oh, the glass top electric
Yeah,
ones?
like-
Oh, those are freaky.
And like I'll totally just fuck that up with a
Yeah, this is
cast iron.
super easy. Yeah, this is a big one. Wow.
Yeah, I'm so
But this guy
hyped.
comes out.
Okay.
It should, anyway. There we go.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay, you put the water in there,
Water.
and then you
Java.
put that back on. Put your ground up Java however you want, and you just heat it up, and it'll actually, percolates up to the top.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Hyped.
So it's pressurized.
Right.
So it's not quite as much pressure as an espresso maker would make,
Yeah.
but it is pressurized.
That's tremendous.
So it's very much stovetop espresso. You will enjoy it.
And that's the thing. I have a pour over thing right now. And I needed a new thing. I need a new device.
Oh, very nice.
A new medium for my Java.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
You always take care of me with the coffee gifts.
Oh, I try.
You're a very intuitive gift giver. Like that's one of those skills that I lack that I'm envious of.
Well, I mean, just practice, but it's always something I've enjoyed doing that my whole life. I've always given people gifts.
Yeah.
Like even when I had nothing, I'd see something that someone like, that's a good gift, I'm gonna get it. You know?
Right.
It's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
It's always that. Yeah. There's a few people in life you notice that are like really have like a knack for it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
nope.
thank you so much.
You're very welcome, sir.
So hyped.
I hope you enjoy it.
Brooke will love it too.
And since you don't live or drink coffee alone,
Right.
it's the big one. You can make a lot. I have like a single cupper.
Right.
You know, that's like a 2-cupper.
This is the bad boy that'll.
That's a
pop
pressure
out, right?
release valve. You don't really need to mess with that.
Okay.
I mean, unless like you cook it and then it's not completely done, and it doesn't go or anything,
Right.
like you won't even know it works. But yeah, it's a pressure release valve. If it's like having trouble getting it off, you just press that.
Pop that bad boy.
Yep.
Cool. That's sweet. Mm-hmm. Love it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Yeah. What other movies we got? Or Gargoyles. I'm still crossing my fingers for Gargoyles.
Oh, there's such a rumor about a live-action Gargoyles going around still.
That, and if they've done Transformers and all this Pacific Rim shit, they could do Zoids. Were you familiar with Zoids at all?
Vaguely.
Love Zoids,
Vaguely,
dude.
yeah.
Fucking love Zoids. If they did a live action Zoids, I would lose my mind.
I'm hoping on that He-Man.
That'd be sweet too.
Yeah, doing Masters of the Universe remake. Or going back and doing the original like it was supposed to be done. That would be fucking cool. Have you ever watched that documentary? It's on Netflix. About the original movie. And if they would have given them the budget and the time they actually wanted, that movie would have been insanely good. I mean, I liked it anyway. That's the best Skeletor there is. But yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing like some Blade companion movies. You know what I mean? Like some Blade and Friends type of shit.
They were supposed to. I mean,
I heard of like a Blade versus Wolverine thing going on. Maybe.
It's a solid maybe. That. But Blade 3 was supposed to lead into a was it the Night Watchers, or I can't remember what they're called. That was supposed to lead into a Blade 4 before Wesley Snipes got arrested. Tax evasion.
Damn it, Wesley Snipes.
But and also rumor has it that no one got along on that set. Even though Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Biel need to thank Wesley Snipes for giving them like massive careers, because neither one of them were swole until they made that movie.
Yeah.
And they got swole for that film, and they both took off.
Yeah.
But that was supposed to be a follow-up.
I've heard Wesley Snipes is difficult to work with.
Yeah.
I've read that.
I've read that too. It hurts me because I love Wesley Snipes.
I know.
But I like he's still my favorite Blade, but the dude they've got lined up to be the new Blade, if you've ever seen Luke Cage season 1, he plays Cottonmouth, which I love that too when people play multiple characters in the same universe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's great.
But he plays Cottonmouth, and he is spectacular.
Really?
Oh cool. Man, he is good. I mean, that is a great villain.
That'd be cool.
And so he can do Blade. He'll pull it off.
Joker is another one I need to see. That's what I was
I need to see Joker.
I was listening to a podcast. They were talking about just like, I forget what it was called, but the guys talking about it were stand-up comedians, and I guess that has
because he's a comedian.
Right,
he's a stand-up comedian initially.
So, and they talk about that, and like there's a few cameos by comedians that I like and stuff. But
cool.
Just talk about like how sad it can be to be like fucking heckled or burned off and like all this shit. Like how
people don't treat you like a person.
Right.
They don't think about the fact that you got to like go to bed at night.
Yeah. But even I don't know. I forget where I was going with that, but
it's an interesting.
I need to see that
Joker.
movie. And Joaquin Phoenix is the shit.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix.
I've liked him since.
I've always liked him. Yeah.
Walk the Line before all that shit, and what was the other one?
He takes hard ass roles, man.
Yeah, he does.
Oh my god, that shit hurts.
That Her movie or whatever, that was pretty.
Oh yeah,
that was good.
But I think as far as DC movies go, they need to go all in on the Elseworlds stuff. Just you don't need connected universe. You just need different versions of everything.
Yeah.
They need to do like a Batman Beyond. They need to do.
Maybe was that it? Batman Beyond.
There's a rumor about that the new Batman is actually going to be Michael Keaton as old Bruce Wayne.
Oh, that'd be tight.
And what's his name as Terry.
Michael Keaton's a lot of like everyone loves some Michael Keaton Batman. Like I do.
I think I would love to see a Dark Knight Returns with Michael Keaton, and somehow bring back Jack Nicholson. Even and do that. I would love to see a Batman Beyond with Michael Keaton. That would be really cool. But I would also love to see. I liked Batfleck, man. Mm-hmm. Ben Affleck Batman was cool.
See that? I haven't seen that.
The director's cut of Batman vs Superman is actually really good.
Okay.
I dug it, and I just like that. I liked his take on. I liked the way that was written, and Bruce Wayne was flat out like "fuck Superman."
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty cool, but I don't know. That the new Batman movies might actually be prequels to Batfleck.
Okay.
Considering how they're being cast, they kept bringing up things that were mentioned.
Wasn't what's his face? Isn't Robert Pattinson one of them? Yeah.
And Zoe Kravitz is officially Catwoman, which I think is a really cool choice.
Definitely interesting.
So I don't know. It has to be well written though, man.
Yeah. No,
If it's well written and well directed. That's what fell apart with the Ben Affleck ones. Is he wanted to make a good movie and Warner Brothers didn't give a shit.
He just wanted to make a blockbuster.
Yeah, and so he was like, "I'm out."
Yeah.
So hey, I respect that.
I'd like to see. Like you said, He-Man. That'd be a really fucking sweet one.
You can go a couple different directions with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could do like a Netflix series with that. Like that would be kind of cool.
Well, you could do it. I would love a Netflix series, but you could do it funny and make them all look like action figures.
Yeah.
Or you could do it serious and make it like like Game of Thrones kind of shit.
And almost come back to like Robot Chicken style, like action figure stuff. Like oh my god, that'd be funny.
Yeah.
Like almost like Lego movie-esque, so they're like more live and all that shit.
I mean, you could do it with people though, and just have them be like really oddly built. You just do it with bodybuilders, and it would be funny, man.
That would be funny.
No.
That'd be good. What else? I'm stuck on Gargoyles until Gargoyles.
Gargoyles has been your thing for a long time, man. Yeah.
Until I've been harping on that.
It needs to happen. The story's so good.
I know. It's a great story.
That was a great cartoon. It was that was back when cartoons still respected the people that were watching them.
Yeah.
That was an interesting time. The 90s, a little bit of the early 2000s on Cartoon Network.
Yep.
But cartoons it respected children as intelligent people.
Right. Maybe you'll learn something from this, and it's not just gratuitous bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, because I've been, me and my daughter watch Batman animated series every night. We have for her whole life, and we're getting into different episodes now. Because there's lots of episodes I never let her watch because they were just too serious.
Yeah.
They were scary, and they were like over her head. And now we're watching them again, and like we're getting into some of these more deeper ones, and we're just like, huh. It's different spin. It's very cool. And I'm like, wow, I grew up watching this crap, and it was like, did I learn from this? Was it over my head? Has it influenced me? I don't know.
Right.
But I'm like, just glad I was into some like good cartoons, I guess.
I always really enjoy going back and like looking at some type of nostalgic item like that, and then looking back and like hopefully realizing like what you were thinking then and how it's changed, and then looking back on that fondly, hopefully.
Yeah, fondly, and being able to see it as an adult, but also not lose the fascination of it as a kid. Mm-hmm. You know,
and
it doesn't always cross over.
Like not reading into it too far and still enjoying it.
Still
for
being
exactly
able to enjoy
what it is.
Yeah, not like making fun of it or being like this is dumb. Just still being into it. But it's nice when you can find that kind of stuff.
That's what I found with like jiu-jitsu. Like you could listen to like the same cue for 10 years and it can mean 10 different things.
Mm-hmm. Now the cue evolves and you learn. You get deeper and deeper, and then you kind of figure out, like, oh, that's why you can't explain that to a white belt.
Yeah. It's like, there's so many other things that need to be in place for them to understand this piece and to, like, understand like, what you're saying with
why this is a piece.
Yeah. Started to, like, dig in, like, so, like, we're doing stuff at the gym that's, like, language-based and, like, learning about language communication and stuff like that. It's really interesting.
Nomenclature.
Yeah, it's super
Specific
cool.
nomenclature.
It's super cool. It's fun.
Hey, words matter, man.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about our episode on positive language and stuff, and it's a lot, along those lines. At least, the part that I've gotten through. But
so they listened to the episode and they were like, "Let's do this.
Let's do this." Yeah, but I don't know. It's based on like, just like the trickle effect of language and like from leadership and down and like just creating that kind of trickle effect with decent communication.
So creating an environment. Mood. The mood of the room comes from the top, man.
Yeah.
So what mood do you want to create?
Right.
That's a funny thing too, because with especially like schools, they're a reflection of who the hell owns the place. Mm-hmm. You can really see it.
Yeah.
And that's the mood. And like you can also see how that person interacts with other people. Mm-hmm. My thing is always you can tell us how much someone still gets beat up. Mm-hmm. You can tell if they don't get beat up much anymore, or you can tell if they do, or if they're seeking it out to still be a real student and not a student just so they can say they're a student.
Oh yeah,
like
there's really a lot of people that will fill the role but not fill the role,
but their language can reflect that, and like a lot of times they don't realize it, which is even funner.
Well then, also, but like not realizing it initially, then coming back and then realizing it.
That's actually really cool. That's really cool too when someone realizes like, oh my god, I was an asshole.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Ups.
Years in review. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I am a son of a bitch.
I fucked that up for a little while.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the time, pretty much, but always learning and adjusting.
Learn and move forward, man. It's okay.
But, and we touched on that in our episode there, but like it can start a lot with like negative self-talk and dealing with that and addressing your shit. Yeah, well, people being addicted to drama or wanting to say that this sucks and that makes me better because it sucks. Yeah. And I was listening to an interview with Faber, Uriah Faber, the other day, and it's recent. It's very recent, after like just probably a few weeks ago. And so it's, post comeback, post Ricky Simone knockout. And the guy interviewing him said something really interesting. He said, it amazes me that, like, and it kind of said a lot about what this guy thought about fighting. He's like, you're a fighter, but you come at everything from such a positive space. And he's like, yeah, why wouldn't I? Yeah. And like, he didn't get it. And it's funny when people like have that type of disposition. They like they think it's a mystery and like that no one else couldn't not have that. Yeah, it's funny. I'm like, you motherfucker. It's like all the fighters I know have a chip on their shoulder, or they had these hard lives and stuff sucked, and they got to prove something. And he goes, and Baber's like, yeah, do you want to live like that? I don't. It sounds miserable. It's miserable. It is. It's like I'm just happy. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's the best way to come at it.
Yeah.
But that's a conversation you're always going to have with people that are non-combat sports or are just like always like want to just be sad and pitied.
Yeah.
Or prove some shit I can suffer more.
And as annoying and cliche as it is, like that type of thing is a choice. Like it's a choice.
So much is, man. How you look at your environment, man.
And I'm 110% guilty of it. And
as am I. I spent quite a few years in that place.
1,000%. And you look back at it and you're almost like embarrassed. You're like, damn it. Like, I should have fucking realized that.
I did a bit of that, a random audit the other day of looking at my past, and I realized like 2 or 3 different decisions I could have made, and I would have been in the WEC. I'm like, holy fuck, I had this many opportunities to do that, and if all I had to do was ask.
Yeah.
And just,
that's the worst,
I would have been there.
Like, all I should have said is, like, should have said something.
If I would have just said something and been it would have been so simple. I could have had 3 solid years in the WEC, possibly transferred to the UFC.
Be great.
Honestly, I met Miguel Torres, and he sized me up once. Like, I'm a fan, and I saw him size me up. And I'm like, I want to fight you. And I should have just asked right there. I'm like, get me in WC so we can fight. And that was one of those decisions. Like, I didn't. I was just fanboying it, and I really should have been like, we need to fight each other.
Dude.
And it'd been great.
Call me, bro.
Yeah, I would have done it in a second. I walked around at 135. I fight bantamweight then. Who cares? Yeah. But yeah, that was one of those things.
WBC was tight, too.
It was the best, man. It was the absolute best. Yeah. I never wanted to be in the UFC. I wanted to be in the WBC.
WBC was sick.
That was the best organization ever. Reed Harris, I love you, man.
Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, it's always interesting to kind of look back and then, you literally can't change anything.
You can't change it.
Can't judge yourself based on that either, so.
I never look back at it in a positive sense like that. Like, it could have been possible given my life as it is. Mm-hmm. It was always I should have moved here or done that. Yeah. It was like, no, literally, you just should have called a guy. Mm-hmm. And you were in the position to pull that off.
Yeah.
And you had the money for a plane ticket. You had a place to train.
Yeah.
Could have happened. You could have had a few fights, lived the dream, got the gloves, ideally, if we're fantasizing, knocked out Miguel Torres, got the belt, whatever. But
call it a day.
Yeah. Could have been happening, man. Still been a stay-at-home dad doing the show. Like, boom. And I'm like, well, fuck. Didn't realize at the time.
Well, but who knows? Like, that's the weird thing, too. Like, that would be nice. Maybe you, like, snap your leg and, like, develop a drug addiction and everything spirals out of control. And, you have that weird shit,
that could have happened, too.
Yeah.
Well, take it another step further. This is what I did. I said, okay, if I'm going to look at my past like that, why don't I look at my present like that? I want to look at it like a movie. Mm-hmm. All right, so I fucked up the movie back then. What can I do now to make the movie cool?
Yeah, where's your, like...
Well, because those options are still there. Things are still getting tossed at you. You could still...
Execute.
You can still say yes.
Yeah. That's the thing, too. You can't just, like, always be locked into no based on your past,
Mm-hmm.
People get locked.
And you can't always be in regret of there's some shit I should have put a little bit more effort into and said yes, and I could have had this awesome life path that's not super divergent from the one I'm on.
Yeah.
I could just had this extra cool things that I really wanted and felt more complete or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I can do that now.
Yeah.
I can take those lessons and have this sort like, if I'm moving forward in a positive way, as opportunities pop up, take them, or put a little more effort, just a little effort into creating the life that you dream about.
Right.
Like, I don't get to fight people anymore. Okay, but maybe I can do something with jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Hey.
Do it.
There are blue belts out there with 6,000 followers on Instagram.
Right.
There's
a lot going on.
Okay.
And especially in this age, there's like a lane for a lot of stuff. There's a lane for everything. There's a market for everything. There's something for someone somewhere.
I must inside me still have like a slight spark for wanting to compete.
You should.
I keep thinking it's gone, and then thoughts like that pop in my head. I'm like, man, do I still want to do this?
Well, that's the luxury with jiu-jitsu, is that it doesn't have to go away if you don't want it to. There's Masters 8,
That's true.
If you're fucking 70, you take 40 years off, you want to fucking compete at 70, do it.
Yeah, and so that's the nice part. And so, thoughts crossing my mind again. Mm-hmm. I'm like, out of nowhere. I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. Like, must be feeling better somehow.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten back to the point where I'm, like, making competitive goals and, like, making a straight path to them.
Ooh.
So, like, And that was something I just put off for a long time because I was focused elsewhere.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have that folded back in. And then it'll be nice to execute on making a balance out of it and having fun with it and making it positive. And
to execute in a better way.
Changing. You know. And it's like, it's kind of like a weird thing. 'Cause now I'm like, well, now it's almost like I'll have a fresh, I'm starting over, you know?
Yeah, and
you're start over.
You're young and vital. You can really start over.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to kind of prestige that way, and then I'm very looking forward to the bottom. Let's put it that way. You know?
Yeah. Mike's turning into a guard player, right?
Fuck,
not by choice.
It happens. It happens. It does. I pull guard sometimes too.
I try not to.
You know, it does happen.
I fail throws and turn them into pulling guard.
Sometimes my neck gets fucking just ripped and I just don't want to do it, so I sit down. I was like, fuck this today, I can't.
It hurts too much too. Yeah.
And that's the thing too, like I've gotten smarter in terms of like decisions like that. Like I don't just be like, alright, fuck this, and like roll through it and whatever. I'm like, I want to do this until I'm whatever age, so I only got one neck and all this shit. Like there's great science and stuff that can save it, but
there's potential things on there, but I'd rather not have to have it replaced.
What I got. Yeah. So like and just like realizing again, like the whole goal of it is longevity, you know.
Yeah, seeing a life beyond now. And I don't know if that's...
I don't want to say beyond now. I just want to say like the whole picture, like big picture, because I don't want to look past any part of it, because I want to... That was a part of like something that I did too. Like I always like looked forward to certain pieces, you know, as opposed to enjoying the present. So learning to do that and appreciating that, and like again, I posted like the other day, kind of just being like in the middle of what I used to look forward to. Like I'm kind of doing that now, and then it'll keep upgrading, and like I have no idea, so I just have to keep pushing, keep fucking trusting the process, dog.
Yeah, keep going, and just wherever it's at, because you know things change. Yeah, and sometimes they change in ways that
that's
aren't
the
cool.
Thing too. Like I used to be like
be cool with it.
I used to be so inflexible. If something changed, I'm like fuck this, can't do it. Like you know what I mean? Yeah. So resistant in that way. So just being more open to that and utilizing it, and utilizing like capitalizing off of whatever opportunities are there.
Yeah, because there's always an opportunity there. Like for like maybe less than a year, I kind of hit the pinnacle of everything I was looking for a little while. Like I had it all in place. And then it all fucking fell apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that really messed me up for a while, and I couldn't get over it for like a long time. Yeah. And now, like, I eventually got over it, got like everything turned in a positive direction, and I was like, all right, yeah, it happened. So like, it makes it hard to fully commit sometimes, but it also makes it easier to fully commit. Right. When you're like, okay, if it falls apart, I'm fine. Yeah. You know, but if it stays together, I hit the dream. Right. Bam. Okay.
Yeah, you just have to give yourself that permission, you know.
That you got to be flexible. Yeah, to be able to flow through it regardless of what it is.
Well, that too, just like realizing that you don't always get that choice too, you know. So you gotta flow with it a little bit. Yeah, that's again like a very literal application of that type of like flowing in jiu-jitsu. Like you gotta fucking flow in life sometimes. You gotta fucking make it work and keep moving.
Literally being stuck in that arm bar and just kind of moving out of it, back in the guard. Okay, cool.
Being like patient with that.
Patient enough. Yeah, not be like, shit, I'm done.
Yeah, fucked, done. Just like again, not like judging yourself for that shit either. Like, and that kind of relates back to that like positive communication, you know. And I relate it back to my own brain most of the time because
what you're wired for. Because you dig those paths and you kind of fall into them.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's nice. It's like you like walk next to the trench and you're like, that's that.
I see the trench.
You're walking on the edge, you know.
Yeah.
It's always kind of there.
Yeah, and then you kind of like you just build a new trench. Yeah. You just gotta fill that guy in, and it takes time. You know, right. You just gotta keep reminding yourself, bring it back. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make your new path.
The nice thing over like years. Especially like in martial arts, it's easier to like have a timeline with stuff. I think you're like, I was like a blue belt then, and I was this, and I was feeling that, blah blah blah. And then I was, I was a brown belt here and doing this. It's like easier to kind of document.
Yeah, between belts and injuries is pretty much how I document my past. Yeah, and what belt was I, or like pre-training? It's just like cool events and injuries. But then once I really was into training, it's always, I was this belt and that was hurt. Okay, I remember that.
Right. Yeah. There's always something associated with it.
It does make it easier to document because you got a jump point. You can go back and then
there's a few reference points
flows out
right there, and you remember the fresh pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also Facebook helps. Facebook will pop up a memory, and you're like, "Oh shit, how's that day?" A few of those popped up recently, and they're hilarious. Or someone actually sent me a few pictures, or showed me some pictures from that funny era. I'm like, "Whoa,
dude,
that's weird."
Oh.
Yeah, and then realistically, it wasn't that long ago. You know?
It wasn't, man. Yeah. You're not that old, bro.
Yeah, that's weird.
You pack a lot of life into a short time. But
yeah. Yeah, and that was sort of another thing. I was like, I did this thing for a long time, and I just kept doing it. Regardless, it was so weird. Regardless of the positive or negative
patterns,
impact.
man.
Yeah, it was so strange.
It's like people with Actually, I was just listening to Rich Roll, and he's talking. I can't remember her name, but she's a super ultra athlete who had a massive eating disorder, and she was talking about how she got to a point where she was stuck in her eating disorder, and she was like, I need to change this. I can't, because she's stuck in a pattern.
Yeah.
You don't know how to change the pattern, and the pattern's comfortable, and it's hard to break out by yourself.
Yeah.
But you get caught in a pattern, and that's just what you do. It's almost unconscious.
Yep.
And it's really hard to be pulled out of the pattern.
Yeah. I agree. And that's in my opinion, one of those type. It's sinking in or dropping in, but in the not best way.
Well, yeah, and it's how do you want to drop in?
Right.
So being it's made me very aware of my patterns, even just my daily stuff. Of all right, what do I want to drop into? How do I want to drop in? And I'm really conscious of patterns I create for myself. And so...
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I am as well. I recognize the bad stuff because I remember doing the bad stuff.
And not knowing,
Yeah. So, there's a point in my notebook that I was signs that it's getting bad. This, and this. And I had to kind of pay attention to that for a while because I was okay, this is actually happening. I have to...
Start to drop off back.
Yeah, I have to, get back to square one, right? So, I had to establish a plan.
But yeah, it's cool to have steps.
Yeah.
It's almost time for you to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta teach soon. Dude, we're getting into heel hooks. Oh, God.
Oh, God, heel hooks.
It's amazing.
Well,
right now, it's just the inside heel hook from the leg pin. It's just...
Your local orthopedic surgeons and chiropractors are going to be happy. Yeah. They're paying their bills this month.
Well, clearly we're in cahoots together. They pay me a lot of money.
I wish.
Take a little bit off the top every knee I rip out, That'd be a great scam. That would be a great scam.
You don't do anything. They do it.
Yeah.
You just facilitate it.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's some Manson shit. Some Manson. Oh my God, that's fucked up.
No, watch the movie. It's actually a reference.
Okay. That's amazing. I love it.
Oh.
But yeah, we're getting into some heel hooks. The dark arts. The dark arts.
Yeah.
Right. But they're fun. Everyone's loving them. Realistically, everyone's doing the leg or the leg pin, but the straight angle really well from that, which is what I wanted.
Oh, good.
The heel hook is just a nice little cherry.
The straight ankle is a harder lock than people think.
Yeah.
It really is to really get it in properly and make it work.
It takes so much time, but this I think shortcutted a lot of people, and they really started to put the position together. I was like, oh fuck, it's one of those things you realize oh shit, they learned it, and now they're doing it to me.
Damn it, gotta fix the defense.
Great.
That's fun.
No, yeah, that's the nice circle of teaching and training too.
Yeah, you make yourself better by making everyone around you better.
Yeah, that was always a goal. That was always the goal.
Oh, certainly.
Why wouldn't I want to do that?
Yeah, I never understood.
And some people are I understand traveling and training with people. And I definitely get it. I like to do it when I can, but
yeah, if you can, yeah.
But make your stable. You know what I mean?
Like where you are every day.
Yeah,
like, needs to be hot, man. It needs to be good. Yeah.
So like put the effort and time in, and that's the thing. It takes a lot of fucking time. But like put the time into.
If you do it from scratch, if you're not bringing people in.
Yeah.
If you're bringing people in, you got to build the environment. Mm-hmm. But if it's new people, like you got to teach everybody and build the environment and just be patient.
Teach it all. Yeah.
Yeah. You just got to cultivate it
and let it be organic. You can't push it. Like,
no, you can't, because then it screws up.
Yeah. But once it starts to really settle in, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
Well,
banana's looking huge.
Still kicking, man.
Still kicking.
First hard frost banana will go down. Mm-hmm. It's actually, you'll probably get to see it. Literally, all the leaves just turn brown and wilt overnight. Yeah. And then it's time to chop it.
And hide it.
But I got all my mulch and everything, so we're ready.
Yeah, good.
Oh.
Ready to go.
Yeah. It's always a sad time. It's very tough.
Yeah.
Chop down.
What do you do with the vegetables? Just chop them down, leave them alone?
Yeah, I just leave the veggie gardens alone. They're fine. They can sort of wilt and die and come back on their own.
Nice.
But banana I'll chop down. I'll take the trunks and put a trunk in each raised bed, because it helps to increase the nutrients and all that of the soil. And then I take all the banana leaves, and actually that's the first layer that covers banana.
Nice.
And then it's mulch on top of that.
Nice. Keeps it safe. Keeps it warm.
Keeps it warm, ready. And then it'll, like, shoots will actually poke up out of the mulch. That's how I know it's time to uncover it.
Like, let me breathe. Yeah. You got Halloween coming up.
Oh, yeah. You got any costume planned?
I think we actually have, like, 2 parties on Saturday to go to that I didn't kind of really realize were on the same day.
Oh, okay.
I think we're going to be Mr. and Mrs. Smith after their gunfight or after their house explodes. So underwear, essentially. So quick, cheap, easy.
Cold.
Funny. Right. Yeah, it'll be chilly as shit.
Yeah. Quick, cheap, easy. Yeah. Nipples and shaved heads. I don't know, 100%. Man. Yeah.
You know, what else is Halloween, really?
It's true. Wow.
But my buddy's wife, like, does insanely cool cosplay stuff and costumes and makes her own stuff, and she, like, enters in the costume contest at 16-bit or whatever.
Oh, nice.
And like, she fucking slays on the costumes. It's pretty cool.
Cool. It'd be fun, man.
Wish I had that much, like, energy for that type of thing. I could make some dope costumes if I cared, you know.
That's a serious skill set, dude.
It is.
Yeah.
It's tight.
Wow.
What, got anything else wrapping up? Any announcements?
None, man. We're still working on behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
We got new things coming, I swear.
Always.
It's just we have to learn.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're learning with us, folks.
Yes, learn with us. We're getting better.
Yeah, it's growing. That's the thing. We're trusting the process, taking the time.
Yeah. Hey, what did you think of the coffee?
It was phenomenal. Yeah, the Irish coffee was a hit.
Good. Did it cool off well?
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
I thought so.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would definitely be a good recipe to include in the future.
Yeah, it's not mine. I'll give you the link.
You know, we'll add enough to make it ours, and that'll be it.
Okay,
that's add a twist of something.
Gotcha.
And that'll be that.
Figure something out.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
All right, everybody.
Have a phenomenal week, and as always, keep your coffee regular.
Peace in, everyone.